All right, guys, here's a topic that's near and dear to my heart. I was sitting in a rocking chair, 8 months pregnant, waddling like a penguin, and I saw something on the TV. And I saw a kitten sitting in front of a mirror, and its reflection in the mirror was a lion. And I thought, oh my goodness. Oh, that looks like somebody I know, right? You know what the title was? 19 signs that you're a victim of narcissistic abuse. 19 signs that your partner is a narcissist or may have narcissistic personality traits, because it's on a spectrum. How do you know your partner is toxic? Is your partner an emotional vampire? Is your partner sucking the life out of you and smiling at the same time? Does it feel like they're smiling and holding the knife behind your back at the same time? I looked at that little kitten and I thought, oh my goodness, that is just like him. He looks in the mirror. He spends like 5 hours he would spend more time in the mirror than I would. And it had 19 signs. And I had every single one of them. And that was literally the video that saved my life. Literally saved me and my baby's lives. And it was the beginning of a whole new building of self. I had to completely reconstruct myself from the inside out. And still working on it, right? Because healing isn't linear. But that is why I started this TikTok page ultimately. Because that ultimately led to my late diagnosis as ADHD and so on and so forth. I didn't know that my trauma, PTSD, CPTSD, was masking my ADHD. So there was that. But I made this TikTok channel so that I could help people see, because her name was Michelle Lee Nieves. I will never forget her YouTube video. For the rest of my life, I will never forget that woman's TikTok video. And I thought, if I can help open one person's eyes to fight a toxic partner, friend, family member, coworker, boss, it's worth it. So 19 signs that you are a victim of narcissistic abuse. So I'm going to start. I'm going to give you 3 today. Are you ready for it? Number 1, you always feel like everything is your fault. They hurt you. They've done something inconsiderate. You were at a special dinner or a wedding or an anniversary party and they humiliate you in front of everyone. And somehow, after the argument, it ends up being your fault. And you shouldn't have been whining about it to begin with, right? Whining about it. You're wondering how. You're right. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm a terrible human being. Why would I make you say these horrible things about me, right? So you're always the problem, or at least you feel like you're always the problem, because you're blamed for everything. Narcissists never, ever accept responsibility for anything, which brings me to number 2. Their apologies are very shallow or non-existent. If they do apologize, it sounds more like, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry that you thought that was happening. I'm sorry that's the way that you see things. I'm sorry that you're so sensitive. I'm sorry that you can't see me for who I am and how awesome I am. So number 2, you will rarely get an apology. And if you do, it's hollow and it's a half apology. Number 3, they struggle to celebrate you. Do you feel like you can't say a win, no matter how small, because this person is going to be upset? This person is going to try to trigger you. Is this person going to try to take your power away, humiliate you, use your weakest insecurity or your strongest insecurity or your weak spot against you? If you have any good news, any small win, any little confidence, like the smallest shred of confidence for the day, if this person is trying to tear you down and you know it, so you don't want them to know your success, or you don't want to tell them the ideas that you have because they're going to tear it down immediately, that's a sign of narcissistic traits. narcissist, coming from the Greek god. All right, guys, so let's recap here. These are signs. They're subtle signs, but they're striking, they're painful, and they stick to your soul. Subtle signs that your partner may be narcissistic, may have toxic traits, might be an emotionally toxic individual. Signs that you are being abused by a narcissist. Now, this is part 1, and I'm giving you 3. It's going to be a total of 19. So stay tuned for the next ones. But here it goes. Number 1, you are always the problem. Even when they hurt you, even when it's a problem that they have caused, you're the one that ends up apologizing and feeling awful for it. And it always circles back to somehow being you overreacting, you being too sensitive, or your tone was offensive. Number 2, their apologies are either hollow or non-existent. If they do apologize, it is often a transactional apology. They're expecting something in return. Or it's an, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry that that's the way you see it. Somebody with narcissistic and toxic traits completely lacks empathy, feels no empathy whatsoever. Number 3, they struggle to celebrate you, your wins, your beauty, your joy. It seems to irritate them unless it benefits them, unless it centers around their ego, unless they can somehow get credit for it. So, the biggest phrase that changed my life was 19 signs that you are a victim of narcissistic abuse. Stay tuned for part 2, guys. And share this. We need to spread awareness about this. There are not enough people that are educated and know how to fight against these toxic people. Share this with someone you love that might need a little help.